Hello everyone, let's start solving today's Leetcode daily challenge question. So the question is you are given an integer matrix is water of size m cross n that represents a map of land and water cells. If is water of ij is equal to 0, that means it is a land cell, and if is water of is 1, that means it is a water cell. So you must assign each cell a height in a way that follows these rules. A height of each cell must be non-negative. If the cell is a water cell, its height must be 0, and any two adjacent cell must have an absolute height difference of at most 1. A cell is adjacent to another cell if okay in the all the four direction, and we have to find an assignment of heights such that the maximum height is in the matrix is maximized. Return an integer matrix of height of size m cross n where height of I j is okay. If there are multiple solutions, return any of them. So if we see this example, is water is what? 0, 1, 0, 0. If the value is 0, that means it is a land. If the value is 1, that means it is a water. So you can see 1, that means it is a water. So you will make the height of this water will be 0. Okay. And others you have to assign such heights so that its adjacent absolute difference should be 1. Okay, so here it can be at most one. Here you can say at most one. Okay, so if we see this example next, here you can see 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, 0. So you can see two water, I can say water cells are there. So you made this as a 0, and rest all atmos. Here you can see same. It can be 0, same. Here you can see 2, 2. The main thing is we have to maximize if there are multiple. See, here you can do what? You can do 1, 1. Everywhere you can put 1. Okay, so the difference will be 0. But the thing is we have to maximize the height. Okay, we have to maximize the height. Here you can see maximum height in the matrix is maximized. So what we will do is, let's say if we see this example. Okay, if we see this thing, and or let's say here, okay, if you see this example, here is 1, here it is 1, but here it is 2. So the difference can be 2. Why here only 2, not here 2? Is because here you can see the difference we have to check is at most 1. So if you put 2 here, then the difference will be 2 minus 0 is 2. Okay, so that is why you can see here, you can see this. So we will make use of breadth BFS, okay, breadth first search, where we will be using the queue, where we will check if, let's say, we have to return same kind of matrix just with the heights. So whatever one is there, that means water cells. Okay, so we'll make it as 0, and for others we will run a BFS. So let's say if I will find the adjacent of this, and will increment the value. Okay, because we want what? We want the maximum. So basically, let's say if I have, not this example, let's say I have, consider one cell which has all four sides, and we will check if it is a valid. Okay, and if it is not, you can say, if it is not, we have to also maintain a visited array, and if it is not visited, that time only we will what? We will increment, because we want to maximize the height. Here you can say maximize, or else we can assign everywhere 1, right? So we will use one more matrix where we will store our heights. We will use q, and we are going to use the BFS. As you know, BFS, it will traverse the adjacent cells, and you have to add that cell into again q, again it will traverse the adjacent cell. Okay, so let's start coding. First we'll take int row length, which is equal to is water dot length. Int column length is equal to is water of 0 dot length. Okay, now we want what? We want one answer is equal to new int of row length and column length. Okay, now what we want one queue as well, right? Queue of what? We will store the indexes. Queue is equal to new linked list. Now what we have to do, we will traverse the whole array and we will put that row length I plus plus for int j is equal to 0, j less than column length j plus plus. And if my is water of I and j is equal to what? Is equal to, if it is equal to 1, that means it is a water and we have to make it as 0. Why? Because make it as means the answer height will be 0. Height of I and j will be 0. And we will insert this into our queue. Queue dot add new int I comma j. Okay, before this we will fill our answer with -1. Okay, so that we will get to know how we will get to know if it is visited or not. We will check if the height cannot be negative, right? If the value is -1, that means the height is not updated. Okay, so here what we will do, for int row of what? Of answer. You have to fill the answer, right? Arrays dot fill row with -1. Then we took one queue, then this thing. Okay, now we have our all cells in our queue. Not all cells, you can see only this one thing. Okay, because we have to move around this, right? See, the thing is, we are inserting this 0 and this 0, this 0, and then we will start with this only. As I said, that is why I was giving a different example here, that for this, if we choose this one, then the, like you can say, adjacents are these four, but you cannot make this as 2 and this as 2, right? So because of that, we will insert these two in our queue, and then we will check its adjacent and make +1, and similarly for next. So its adjacent will be, we want only number 1, right? For the adjacent of this water, of whatever the land is there, because the difference will be 1, absolute difference will be 1. So we'll make this one, and later whatever will be there, we can make it 2. Doesn't matter, because only the problem was here, because we cannot make this here 2 and okay. So for example, if we choose this one, it will be already visited because it is what? It is adjacent to our water. Okay, so we will make this as 2. Okay, now we will, while our queue dot is empty, while it is not empty. Okay, first we will what? We will take this current, let's say, queue dot poll. Okay, now in my x will be what? I mean the I and j you can consider, a row column you can consider. So my x will be current of 0, my y will be current of 1. Okay, now we will calculate its adjacent. How? For that we need two arrays, directions arrays. So one will be x direction, let's say 0, 1, 0, -1, and this will be y direction. That means 0 will pair with 1, 1 will pair with 0, 0 will pair with -1, -1 with 0. That means this is what? This is, we are going to the next column. This is next row. This is previous column. This is previous row. Okay. That means next column, previous row, next row. Like that. Now, for int I equal to 0 to how many directions? 4 directions are there. So we will calculate new x value, which will be equal to x plus dx of I, and new y value, which will be equal to y plus dy of I. Now we have new x and y. But for this, you can see there will be here it will calculate this cell also, which is not in the matrix. You will get the out of bound index. So we have to check. Okay, what condition? Our new x should be greater than or equal to 0, and new x should be less than or equal less than what? Row length. And my new y greater than or equal to 0, and my new y less than column length. And one more we are missing. What is? We have to check if that my answer of new x and new y, okay, new y, it should be equal to -1. It should not be visited. You can say the height is not calculated. Then we will calculate what is answer of new x and new y equal to what? Equal to answer of x and y plus 1. Okay, so we will this now we will update this thing, and again we will insert this adjacent in what? In q dot add new int new x new y. So it will continue and it will update. So we'll get we are maximizing how we are doing the plus one, right? Because the absolute difference can be at most one. So if we take the same number, there is no point. We are not maximizing, right? So and we will return our answer. So like this, first we first we added our this water cells into the queue, and then water cells into the queue, and then it's adjacent again. The same we are adding in the queue, and again it's adjacent, and we are incrementing every time, okay, for its neighbor, if it is not visited. Okay, so like that we are getting our answer. So if I submit this solution, let's see, I can say our solution got accepted. So in this way, we can solve this question using the breadth first search. So there are many ways to solve questions, but in this video, I explained the breadth first search solution. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you feel this video is helpful to you, please like this video, subscribe my channel, stay updated.